There's no denying that Marvel is in quite a pickle when it comes to their films. And a lot of it is to blame on Kevin Feige and the way that they've been going with hiring directors and writers and really just hiring people that aren't really fit for the position of directing some of these bigger budget movies. Take a look at the director for the Marvels, Nia DaCosta, who had no business directing a film in that capacity. Well, we could even say that hiring somebody like Sam Raimi for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness wasn't the right move, despite the fact that Sam Raimi, who is a very talented director and has done some amazing films in the past, just, he didn't really seem to fit with that movie. But very interesting, he was asked recently about coming back and directing for the MCU. More specifically, directing the upcoming Avengers Secret Wars film. So he's been linked to many MCU projects, all the way back to when he was doing the Spider-Man movies. And it was no surprise that Kevin Feige, who worked with him even way back then, tapped him to direct Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness when he did. But, since that movie, a lot of people have been saying, hey, he should come back and do another movie in the MCU. Personally, I don't think he should. I don't think that he worked very well for what the MCU is. I like Sam Raimi. I like his type of style. I like what he does with film. But I don't think it really fit with what they were doing or what they are doing with the MCU. Not that I think what Kevin Feige has been doing in hiring directors has worked, but then again, maybe it's not such a bad idea to give Sam Raimi another shot. I don't know. But what does Sam Raimi think about all this? That's the question. What does he really think? Well, here's what he had to say about possibly being the top choice to direct the highly anticipated Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, Avengers Secret Wars. He goes, I love 90% of the Marvel heroes that I've read in the great Stan Lee Marvel Universe comic books. I would love to work with Marvel again. They haven't reasonably asked me to. I hope they have. They had a good experience with me. They haven't asked me yet. I hope they do. I would love to work with Marvel again. They haven't reasonably asked me to. It's kind of a weird way to say that. That's kind of what tripped me up there. It's kind of weird to say it that way. But they haven't asked him to. Again, I'm back and forth with this. Since I read this comment from him, I'm back and forth. Because Multiverse of Madness just didn't work for me. Was that Sam Raimi's fault? I would say partially it is, partially it wasn't. I don't think his style fits the MCU, but I also think that he was handcuffed. He wasn't allowed to really jump in full force with who he is as a film director because of them just not allowing Multiverse of Madness to be what it should have been. But then you sit there and take a look at what they've done elsewhere with films like The Marvels and all these other directors that they brought in. There's a really interesting topic over on the Unsubscribed podcast where Nerdrotic was on there, and he was saying, and he brought this up perfectly. He states that they're not hiring movie directors anymore to be movie directors. They're more along the lines of hiring actors in the role of a movie director, somebody that they can just put out there and showcase, saying, look, we've got a DEI, a diverse director. They look at them, they are their first time, they're a black woman, they're Asian descent, they're this, they're that, simply to tout the DEI agenda. Sam Raimi obviously wasn't one of them. However, there was a lot of complications with Multiverse of Madness, and it was getting behind due to COVID, as well as some other issues with the previous director, so they had to get this movie out, and they brought in Sam Raimi to speed things up and get it out as quick as possible. But here we sit. Would Sam Raimi be a good choice for doing a big ensemble film like Secret Wars? Some people want to see the Russo brothers come back. Personally, I don't. Look, they had their time. They had their time. They did their thing. Let's move on from them. Let's see some new blood. And really, if you ask me, the Russo brothers are a safe choice. This is a period in time for Marvel where they need to get out and start experimenting. They need to try new things. They are stuck in a rut right now. Things are not good with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Instead of trying to be bold and try new things and experiment and create the genre and expand the genre into something new, Kevin Feige decided to say, we need more women in the Marvel Cinematic Universe when nobody was asking for it. We need more diverse equity and inclusion in the MCU when nobody was asking for it. And here we sit. Here we sit. In a rut. Excuse me. A little under the weather right now. Sorry about that. Let me know your thoughts. Would you like to see Sam Raimi direct Avengers Secret Wars? Personally, I want to see him come back and direct Spider-Man 4 for Sony. Why not? Why not get the band back together, finish off Tobey Maguire, his Spider-Man story? Why not? No reason not to. I think people would dig it. I think if you had the right budget, if you brought the people back, they would do it. I think it would be loads of fun. It all fits together nicely. Why not? What do you say? But let me know in the comments what you think. Would Sam Raimi be a good choice for a Secret Wars? What do you think? Or who would your choice be? Zack Snyder, right? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe. I'm getting there. I'm almost at 500 subscribers. I'm over 400 now. I want to get to 500. I want to get to 500. So if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. With all that said, I will catch you all later.